Okay, it's not. But it's got a 333 mil at the back row. That's why I didn't do it. All right, here we go. We're going to try it out. See what happens, I guess. What's up, adventurers, and welcome to another video about AFK Journey. This time it's about Crystal Clash. And for those of you who don't know, Crystal Clash is the new game mode that has introduced a lot of co-op features, as well as a reward system and ranking structure. There's a lot of positives to adding a new game mode like this, but there are negatives, unfortunately. And this is something that comes with, I think, just being a new game mode that really, it's in beta. So, I mean, there's going to be negatives, and I think I want everyone to understand right out the gate that this is not negatives in the sense that I want this to go away. This is negatives in the sense that there's room for improvement, and I think we can do that before this is fully released into the game. So without further ado, let's talk about it. Crystal Clash. For those of you who don't know, there is two basic systems with Crystal Clash. The first being the defense system. How it works is you will go into your own core defense and open out your teams. If you've done Supreme Arena, you probably already used to dropping 3 teams into the arena. I like to drop mine pretty evenly, with my strongest being at the center. And you can also invite teammates to assist you. So I have invited one teammate member here to help out, to at least have an outer wall here, as you can see, and then the earnings that we will both get by the end of this will be 1120. I don't know if that decreases depending on how often you're attacked, but the calculation, once the calculations are all put in, basically you'll find out how much each of you get. So you are benefited by helping other people out, which is actually, I think, a great feature. Currently, the system, as far as I know, it's set up to where you can kind of set it up and then kind of leave it be. There's no limitations to how defense works. You can do, but simply that you can only place the heroes one time per section inside of your defense system. So pretty cut and dry with how that works. And then you get how much you're getting, I'm assuming, is how much you're probably putting in. You probably get more if the heroes that you're putting in are a higher level, meaning that you'll get higher rewards if you're attacking a higher level crystal. So inversely, you can plunder these. So when you attack these, there is a few limitations. However, it's a bit confusing in the text here. So if you look at the beginning here, it says plunder. You can attack the crystal geodes you come across the vast world of earnings. There's no limit to the attacks, but you can only receive your top 3 highest battle earnings. Whereas if you go into here, it says you can plunder the crystal geodes up to 15 times per day, but you'll only receive crystal shards for your top 3 highest. So it's like, is it unlimited? Is it the top 3 of the 15 that you can do? I'll say it's both. And so the reason why is essentially when you go into, and I'm going to plunder this one here in a moment. We have an hour to do it. So once you go into this, I can attack this row as many times as I want, or attempt as many times as I want. I can attack this row as many times as I want. I think once you get into the inner sanctum, though, once you get any sort of clear, even if it's a failure, but you have attacked the crystal in some way, it counts that one. So I will say be careful or hit retry before you clear it if you feel like you're going to do better on another round. And for those of you who are struggling in the game, I am throwing this out as an offer, as a brand new offer, something that I haven't done in the past, but I would love to help out other players who are struggling to clear certain stages. If you want me to help you clear AFK stages, if you want me to help you clear Dream Realm, if you want me to help you clear Supreme Arena, Legend Trial, any of those ones, I would feel bad doing Arena if I lost, but any of the ones that it's basically of no consequence to get some help and get some clears, I would love to help you clear some of the stuff out, or at least show you some meta comps that have helped me get across these barriers. So if there's anything I can do to help you in that regard, I would love to be so join us on the stream. We stream Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and follow us to get notifications when we go live. That way, we can maybe help you get past those hurdles and maybe show you a little bit something of that I've learned in this process. I'm not the best player, but I can at least clear things a ways above my level. So that at least gets me some sleep at night. That way I can get the rewards I can get. All right. Additionally, when plundering, there's 2 additional things you can do. You can invite guild members, so you can invite your guild to join in. How much people are joining or participating and helping people out with these, I'm not sure. However, it does benefit you to join these in that if you want help clearing some of these, then it's gonna behoove you to try to get assistance from somebody who's doing bigger. However, I think it's de-incentivized for those players because they're gonna get more crystals from this, more crystal geodes from this by doing higher ranking stuff. So it's not really incentivized for a higher ranking player to help out a lower ranking player. One of my biggest issues with this is looking into this, I can see the ranking system and how it's working. You can see immediately how you're not really going to get ranked in this unless you are very high up into the game. I'm like, this has been active for what, a day? I think or a day or 2 now. I actually don't know. I think maybe it was released right when the season went out. I don't know when it was released, but a lot of these, like the going down and down and down, it seems like it's very, very high. I have to find out the exact date, but if it's as high as it is right now and it's only been out a day or 2, it's not likely to catch up to that. Also, there's only really rewards for the top 50 and there's not really a whole lot to it. Maybe just because it's beta right now, but there's not really a whole lot of ranking rewards, even if you do rank. It doesn't seem, but it could just be because it's in beta, so I want to be fair and say that just because it's beta. Additionally, the reward system, or the reward system, gives you crystals. The crystals give you buyable items, and I don't like how little we're getting rewarded here. I mean, from what you can't see behind my camera, it's just 1 additional crystal. It costs 17.20, but it's only 1 additional crystal. It's basically like the store in Hollowstone. It gets higher, but the rewards don't necessarily change. And some of the friendship items for affinity, it's very lackluster. For how much time you're putting in for these, you know, you're likely spending a lot of time trying to find the right crystal or the best crystal. And maxing those out. I don't really see these rewards as being super rewarding. 4 stellar crystals, 5 stellar crystals in all. That's not even like a 5 out of 40. What's the math on that? 1 out of 8. 1/8 of a pity. I suppose. So let's do an attack. Let's do a basic attack just to kind of give you an idea of what you'll be doing. So a bit of tutorial as well. So his crystal defense, or this person's crystal defense, has no light bearer or celestial heroes allowed. I guess the anti-Talene. So I'm on his first row. He doesn't have any outer defenses helping him. I'm going to place 5 heroes, and the reason for that is because we get bonus objectives. Basically, if we clear this, we will get 5 out of 10, and then if we get 10 out of 10, we'll get 1.15 times additional bonus earnings. I wish this was more. It doesn't seem like a whole lot to me, especially for how much things cost in the store.
May the forest
but
bless us all.
Bonus is bonus, I guess. I do wish it was more. I feel like it's reasonable if you're trying to really focus on bonus objectives to give more, especially when there's only 3. It's like a maximum I'm getting is like, it's like what, 1.5? It really isn't a lot. So this is his second row. His second row has a 209 mil. And let's kind of cross compare to what I have. So he has a couple here, a mythic and a mythic, or your mythic plus. So he's got some stuff to mix into there. So I do think that's decent. And then he's got some legendaries in here, Rainier, and of course your Freysto, Barial. So he's got a lot of Hypogeans in here. So he's got a nice 5-stack here, believe it or not. Ooh, the damage. All right. Radier's gone. All right, Brutus. All right, the 5-stack was the way. I think the CC was the way. The crowd control was the way. All right. This is our last row. Wow. Wow. Another thing that I kind of have a complaint about is like, this is a 300, but his center is so strong. And the middle is like was pretty decently strong, so it's almost like unfortunately skewed, and you can't really read it until you start plundering. So being able to read those teams, I think, beforehand would be important. But also it's just like, this is a full stack Greyborn team, and they're not nothing, you know. Like this is actually insanely strong. Oh, I guess they just 100%ed it for me. Yeah, they don't need my help. So yeah, no. Let's take a look. 112. I'll take it. All right. Message. So ultimately, what do we think of this new system? I think that currently, I think that there's a lot of great aspects to it. I think that it has unique co-op opportunities. It's just that there's not really a whole lot of interaction of these. It's more of like you request it and it happens or it doesn't. And the downside of throwing in some of your heroes to help out your teammate is that you can't use them in the fight. So if they're coming in afterwards to maybe clean it up, then great. But is it 100% going to be happening every time that you have someone to assist? I don't know. It doesn't harm somebody to assist, but if it's not going to benefit them or give them more crystals to be the assister, then there's not really a whole bunch of incentive to do that anyways. So I think that if they modify a few things, such as if they change it to where the crystal store is giving you more, then at least justify the crystal costs. Okay, justify the crystal shard cost, then it's fine. But honestly, if it's only giving so little, then it doesn't feel super worth it at the moment. The other big negative is, and I didn't say this earlier, is when you're navigating through the map here, and this is just an unfortunate part of it, is that it's not showing me what level they are. Like, trust me, with these, I don't even need to look at them like beyond this. But once I see 400, I'm good. Like, I know it's not going to happen. It's no way I'm going to get it. And even the ones that are 300, which are the lowest level I've seen, I think I saw maybe 290. Even those, it's iffy, because that last one I just did, that inner ring probably would have been impossible for me. I probably wouldn't have been able to do that. And that's the unfortunate part of it. There's not a lot of options. So this just seems like another thing for endgame level players to participate in. You can get all the rewards if you really push for it. You get the ones that match your level the best. You're gonna have to go searching, because I could only find those 3 that I could do. The rest of them couldn't do. And these do refresh, but they're still difficult to locate. And then I'm gonna get probably the basic rewards. I'm gonna have to pick and choose, and there's no way I'm gonna rank. But would you even really want to rank? Is that really even important? I don't know. So I don't think there's enough incentives for me to enjoy this and be like it's going to be great. What are the things that I think could improve besides just the store, navigating it, and then making the co-op features more interactive to where it's more like we're actually participating both in a co-op? What could we do there? I mean, making an active live chat in there to where we're both like strategizing and picking and choosing players, so that could be involved in there somehow. So those are fixable things that could really improve it and make it a lot better. But overall, what do I need to see besides just more rewards, better co-op, better navigation? Honestly, my big thing is just if you're going to modify the crystal defense that we do against AI all the time, make the ranking and reward structure available to the masses and not just the highest ranking players, even if it's just cosmetics. And this is a complaint that I have for a lot of game modes within AFK Journey, is that while we get to participate, we don't really get to rank. And if we're in a good guild, we get to rank, but we don't get all the rewards that others can get. And I'm not saying that we need to get max rewards, the titles, all the skins. Those are the things that you should be able to show off by having a high level account. If you're a whale, etc. That's the stuff you should be able to do. That's what you paid for, or you've earned. But I do think that there should be still a ranking structure that allows people who are max participating to be in sort of reward brackets that do get rewarded. Because basically, as a free-to-play player, it's difficult to rank in anything. And for those of you who are going to come at me and say, I'm days 100, I'm able to rank in things, guys, I hate to say it, but like you're not the majority. It's not the truth of the case that everyone is that way. I'm about 50 days in, and I'm not saying I want to be max rewarded. I'm saying that I shouldn't have to be 100 days in before I finally get to rank in something, possibly. And that's what I feel. And so that's just my opinion of things, and that's what would improve it overall. I think the Crystal Defense has a lot of positives and introduce fun game modes, but for the amount of time we're sinking in, I think it should be more rewarding. Simple as that. But overall, I hope they improve it. I hope they change things, and I hope they modify it in a way that makes it a fun thing to do when we're not doing things like corrupt creatures, because I think corrupt creatures is great, but participating in it while you're doing story or just trying to clear stuff out, it's not always easy, and always getting a teammate, it's not always easy. So having more co-op features for this game is great. I just think they need to make it more where it's easier to queue in these things. I'm not saying like full on World of Warcraft looking for group queue, like auto queue system, but make it more doable. So that being said, I hope you liked the video. For those of you who did like it and you have been enjoying it, tell me what you would like to see in Crystal Clash that you're not seeing right now. I'd love to hear your thoughts. But until next time, may fortune favor your journey, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace. I might add this to the end of the video, so edit. I personally find it more thoughts on Crystal Clash. I personally find it more annoying version of Arena, since the defenders are significantly buffed. I haven't been able to full clear a single crystal. You don't really get any rewards unless you're able to full clear them. Also came across this one setup with Solo Cecia in the middle of 1300% HP, and she's one-shots everyone with ult. Don't really know how to deal with this stuff like this. Not fun or rewarding for me so far. Honestly, my one argument against this is that there are some that you can full clear. You just have to go to the bottom of the barrel. I would say the barrier for entry into this is that you have to have, I would say, at least 2 solid team setups to clear some of these. And that's the unfortunate part. But no, it is unfortunate that usually the crystal defense, like they get buffed so much that even some legendaries and below are hard to defeat. I'll give it mostly positive review for a few reasons. I enjoy the PvP with different conditions, the rewards in the shop, or at least the right types, and it has brought me back to the world instead of standing in the same place. I have for the past couple months. I don't think it's perfect by any means, but it's a hell of a lot better than Astral Fair. Yes, this is better than Astral Fair, though I don't think we should be judging successful events based off of Astral Fair, because Astral Fair was atrocious. I would say the battlefield bonuses kind of end up being super restrictive. The fact that I couldn't in some of these drop any Graveborn heroes, but they have a supreme plus or supreme Thesia in there is very unfair, in my opinion. I think just like arenas, I think the brackets need to be fixed. I think you should be matching base power with the people that you're facing whenever you're doing these. It shouldn't be search for one that is equal to your level. It should be something that's you whatever one you're clicking, wherever you find it. The variances are basically variances in stuff that is close to your level. So many things I found, it's very difficult to find the one that's equal to my level. And even if it is, it's because their entire central defense, the main one where you get rewards from, is all of their power, and I can't defeat it. So I level with this person on Reddit that it's more often than not you're facing a team that is stacked in the center, and that's where all the rewards come from. I think there needs to be more rewards on the outer edges, especially if people aren't putting stuff in the outer edges, because it should be easy enough for people to get somebody to put defenses on their outer. And considering that you put 2 in on your own, I think that's fair enough. So the other thing is the shop. Yes, the shop has the right rewards, but none of them are significant. So I will say the assist feature is what is the saving grace on some of these more difficult ones. But for me, more difficult is like 300. It's like it's so low for me. I wonder if it's the same for people who are higher level, like a higher base power level, where it's like even for you, your high is 300. I think it's the more your base power, the more you can get out of it, but the harder it's going to be. Same with defense. I think my defense was 1,000, and that's because I filled every row. So I don't know how that's split out, but it's not enough rewards, and too much cost, too much time commitment to get any rewards. This is a joke. Is this Crystal Defense? I think this is Crystal Defense. It looks like it is. Do the honorable thing and put your own. So Temesia, yeah, like a 1-person. Yeah, they have a 1-person team. It's a Temesia, and there's no way. Like, what the hell is that? That is so strong by comparison to what the hell. I can't read all of this, but yeah, like the bonuses here, or the conditions here, make it ridiculously hard. I will say this does force you to really strategize and pick a good team. But I think, to be honest, that bonus objectives should match for you as it is for them. In that if you're picking if you're getting a defense bonus, then I should get an attack bonus if I'm breaking through your barriers, and I should get more of a bonus the more of the barriers I'm breaking through. So I think it should be double-sided. I think that would be the fix to something like this where it seems massively unfair. Despite the info text saying the tax unlimited, there is a cap. I will say this was not so much a big deal until I realized that some of the ones I was going into, it'd be like, oh, it's a 300 level crystal, and then you enter it, and then it's like, oh, all of their power level is focused on the central one, and so you're going to get 60 crystals, and that's about it. The rest you're not going to be able to clear. So I will say that I think that to be honest, if you're not getting a central crystal, I don't think it should count towards your 15. That way, if you're not getting a clear, you're still at least getting full attempt clears on your record only. And then that as well is, I think even if you get a crystal clear, say you only knock out 6, you should get the option to click retry. And then if you quit, it just takes your best. That way you get a couple chances, because sometimes with the bonus objectives, it throws you for a loop and you pick the wrong one and you clear it, but like you don't do as well as you think you could have. Because you're committing a lot of time in this, I think it's unfortunate to be like, oh, you only cleared 10 off of the crystal. You can't try again. So I think it should give you the opportunity to retry or quit and take your best. Take your best record. Easy fix, but I think those things are necessary. All right, back to the video.